Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thousands of memories are created and captured in each photo taken on your magical vacation. We proudly present Capturing Magic, where we help those moments live on forever.
Hey everyone, welcome to Capturing Magic, where we are using technology to create and capture magic memories. This is episode 16, recorded on Saturday, February 2nd, 2013. You can find more tips, tools, tricks, and notes for this show at capturingmagic.me. I'm Steph, and I'm joined by my co-host, Brittney Leavitt, who can be found at britishdesigns.com, where she has digital scrapbook supplies. Hi, Britt.
Hi.
You put Britt in the notes I saw there, so I remember to call you Britt.
You don't have to. It's just you said before you could never remember to do it. So I was like, I'll put it in the notes.
I can't. I don't know why it's so hard for me to call you Britt. It shouldn't be, but it just doesn't roll off my tongue as easily.
It doesn't matter. You can call me whatever.
Yeah. We also have joining us today Tanya Hickman, who can be found at crossbonecuts.blogspot.com. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And Tanya is also a team member at capturingmagic.me and writes posts over there once a month on tips for Disney memory making.
Yes.
Yeah. Making and keeping.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. So I am really excited about our topic today. And it's one I can't believe that we haven't. I told Brittney, I'm like, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet.
I know. We kind of touched on it at Christmas time, but not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
So we are going to be talking about tips for making and capturing magic in Cars Land, the new amazing land in California Adventure, Disneyland.
Yeah. I think we talked about doing a Cars Land show in one of our first shows. Like, we're like, okay, we're going to do a Cars Land show soon. And then we didn't.
Yeah. We have so many ideas of topics we want to cover that we sometimes forget. So we've got an actual list now that we're working off of.
Yeah. You didn't have a list before?
Well,
winging it?
Well, we kept talking about ideas and we kept thinking we'd remember. And obviously that wasn't working all that well.
Yeah.
So now we have a good list. Brittney's keeping up a really good list for us. So, yeah. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is maybe some tips, because that's what Britt was saying in the pre-show when we were talking, is that she felt like when she went, it was so crowded, Cars Land. And so maybe some tips for getting there and being able to tour it when it's not so crowded. One of the things that I've done is the early entry. I did it as an annual pass holder, and then when I've stayed on site as well, and just getting in there, taking advantage of any early entry that you might have in California Adventure. Have you done that, Tanya?
I actually did early entry for the first time this past weekend. I did it at Disneyland, though. But yeah, that extra hour is amazing.
Yeah.
I have never done that before. Well, they never had it for annual pass holders before, and I've never stayed on site. And they just opened it up to annual pass holders, so we were able to get in an hour early, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's really with that hour early, I've been able to ride, because I go in first thing when they open the gates and head, with everybody else down to Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
And I've been able to ride it sometimes three times before the fast pass line opens. And when you have early entry, they move you towards the front of the line. You don't have to wait in line with everybody else. They have a special spot for early entry people to jump in line in front of everybody.
Seriously?
They do, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I was able to ride it 3 times in a row. I do it once as just regular riders with my group, and then we'd jump in and do it twice as single riders, and then go get in line for fast passes. And so then we'd be able to ride it 4 times in one day.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, that's a good system, Steph.
Yeah, it really worked out really, really well. And then I love also, a photo on the ride photos on Radiator Springs are super fun.
Yeah, they are. Really fun.
I want one of these days, my goal is to fill up a car with all of my people.
to not have the random single rider in your line. Yeah.
Or the random 2 single riders.
Yeah.
One up front, one up back. Yeah. So
it took me a while to figure out like where the photo was, so that I was prepared. Like,
yes,
so that I wasn't making like really goofy like face every time. But we figured it out.
By that point, my hair is always in my face too.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes. I always have to. Okay, the photo's coming. Hurry and pull my hair out of my face.
Yep. I'm so like our group pictures, like half of the girls all have their hair like whipping in their faces. So.
Yeah. One other thing that I've done on that ride, which has been fun, is last time when I was there, I took pictures of myself actually on the ride with my phone. And then I also took, the next time I went through, I took my regular DSLR. And because I'd been on it enough times at that point, I just shot some photos, tried to get some photos in the dark inside the ride. And that was fun too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty smooth ride. You don't have to worry about dropping your camera or anything.
No, you don't.
It's nice.
Yeah, I totally agree. I always worry about that, but yeah, it is a smooth ride. It's super fun though.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably my favorite ride. I would say maybe my favorite right now. For sure.
It's so fun. That's why it's frustrating that you can't ride it a ton of times, but it sounds like with your system you could.
You could, yeah.
You can get it early.
You get in there early, yeah. And they did this past summer. They did annual pass holders could get in one early entry into California Adventure, and so that's the first time I had it early entry, and the first time I had been into Cars Land at all was with that.
Yeah, tell me about both of you. Tell me about the early entry with annual passes. I don't know about that.
I don't know what it is now. What are the rules now?
They just changed it. Every Saturday, annual pass holders can get in an hour early to DCA, and every Sunday it's Disneyland.
Wow.
And then I don't know if this has started yet. It might have. Every Thursday night, annual pass holders can stay in the parks. I don't know if it's a specific park for an extra 2 to 3 hours after they close.
I heard about that. I just didn't heard about the early entry. That is both of them. So awesome.
Yeah, they're doing that to try and draw some of the locals out during different times of instead of the peak hours. Yeah. It is really smart. And then to get early entry for other people, if you're staying on site, you get early entry into one park or the other park every single day. If you're staying in a Good Neighbor hotel, which is pretty much every single hotel around Disneyland, or you have the park hopper passes, then you get early entry into one park. Well, I think you get 1 day early entry into Disneyland and 1 day early entry into California Adventure, I think. I haven't done it, but I know people that have, and that's what they've told me.
And that's just if you stay at a Good Neighbor hotel?
Or you have the tickets, the park hopper tickets that you bought online that say you get magic morning hours.
Yeah, that I've heard of. I didn't know about the Good Neighbor hotel thing.
Yeah.
Look into that one, Britt.
Yeah, because we always stay. I mean, those are like basically all of those ones around. So we always stay at one of those. Well, cool. I'm going to look into that because we always are like thinking, oh, wow, it would be nice to do early entry, but we're annual pass holders. So we've never been able to do it before. But
they're opening it up for lots.
How busy is it on Saturday mornings? Tanya, have you done that?
I didn't do Saturday morning. I did Sunday morning. I'm sure Saturday morning, since it's DCA, it'll probably be a little bit more crowded because people like Cars Land and head to Cars Land. But I went on Sunday, and granted, it had rained in the morning, so it had stopped raining by the time I got there, but it was empty.
Awesome.
Completely empty. But Sundays are a really good day to go in the morning, period, because it does not get crowded till noon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, you have at least 4 hours of ride walk on until it gets crowded.
That's awesome. Well, oh shoot, I just lost my train of thought.
No, that's okay. I did the early entry. Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like Cars Land in general has just changed everything as far as crowd levels go. Like, it's crowded actually in Cars Land, but it's just changed like the whole, when we used to think like off season, like a little bit slower, like when we were there at the end of the very last week of September, and we're thinking the last week of September, that's going to be slow, whatever. It was not. It was awful. It was awful. It was so packed. And I think it's just because Cars Land is so big right now. Like, things are just changed.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll die out a little and get back to where there are some slow seasons, but I feel like there hasn't been a slow season.
Yeah, not really anymore.
When I was there in January, just a few weeks ago, I did early entry, and it was so dead that I was almost wondering if I was sneaking into the park, because I went in through California, through the Grand California, and of course they let me in, but I'm like, where are all the people? Are the rides going to be on? Maybe it's like some special event and they thought I was part of it, But it did get a little more crowded in the afternoon, but not anything like what you saw in September and what I saw in August.
Cool.
Nothing
That's awesome.
like that. Yeah. So, I was able to do a single rider walk on at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I think I had to wait in line 10 minutes was all for radiator racers, which is nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, another tip that I have for doing Cars Land is to go, after you're done with World of Color, instead of following the crowd and exiting that way, go back around to Cars Land, because they will let you stay in there and take pictures and nobody's in there.
Cool.
Yeah. It's totally almost empty, and you can get lots of great night shots with the lights and the whole Radiator Springs without people in them.
They actually let you go in after, because usually after World of Color, like you're done, like the park's
I know,
done, and they're like, get out.
I've done it 3 times now, and I've been able to go down there. I did this last time. I did have somebody say something to me, a cast member, and I said, I'm just going to take some pictures real quick, and they were like, oh, okay. I think that they were just maybe trying to prevent me from thinking I was going to go ride Radiator Racers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great night shots without people in them. I was really pleased to discover that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So let's start at the front of Cars Land, probably with the iconic Cars Land sign.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the first photo op people are going to want to make sure they get. And my tip for that is to get there early in the morning.
Yes.
First thing, because it just gets more and more crowded and the lines get longer to get a photo taken there throughout the day.
Yeah.
And they usually have a photo pass there too.
Yes, they usually have a photo pass photographer there.
Yep. We loved that. We had one, we had some really cute pictures taken there with our whole group. They're one of my favorite pictures of the whole trip. But I will say we had them done at night, and because we were just walking past and there was no, we just saw photo pass people there and we're like, oh, let's jump in line. And there was only a couple people waiting. So we got in line and got our whole group, but the lighting on them, the color, they're super weird.
Yeah.
They're bright yellow. Luckily I know what I'm doing in Photoshop and I fixed them, but man, are they weird.
Yeah, I totally agree. And any shots I've gotten there at night with a PhotoPass person or with my own camera, it's bad news.
Yeah. The lighting is super weird there. Or something. I don't know what they did to our pictures, but they're we look like we're glowing yellow.
Well, I think part of it is the backlight because of the light that's on the sign. And so it backlights the people. And so in order to get a picture of the people at night so that you're not blown, the sign's not blown out and you're okay, it's difficult.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe try and go to the day if you want to put a photo there.
Or be willing to use a flash.
Yeah. Well, that's fine too. Flashing, it was, we definitely had a flash, but it was
Did you?
I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in these pictures. They're super cute, and I just I just fixed them in Photoshop, so they're fine. But
which, if you have Photoshop skills, you're good to go. But if not, it could be scary.
Yeah.
At night.
But I love that spot. It's really cute. The big sign that looks kind of like a postcard,
Yes.
It's cute. Very cute.
Yes. Okay, and then going on into Cars Land, there's just so many photo ops anywhere you look in Cars Land. And if you were down there and wanted to do a photo shoot with your family and wanted to do portraits, Cars Land would be the place to do it.
So cute.
It's cute in there.
Yeah, there's just so many different places. So
you can't walk more than 2 steps of being I'm taking a picture of this.
Yes.
I'm taking a picture of this. Take a picture of me in front of this. There's so many
so many details.
So many details. Really fun and neat details.
Yeah, and all the way around. It's not just when you walk in. It's all the way back around towards where you're walking in like Bugs Land. Like it's themed all around there. So cute.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the name of the ride. I can't think of it.
Mater's Junkyard
Yes,
Jamboree.
thank you. That's the one. There's a tractor outside that's
the petting zoo.
Yeah, that is a great photo op where your kids or you can sit or stand next to a ride car. It's a smaller version of the ride car, but
I love that little tractor.
I know, it's so cute, huh?
Yeah, it's really cute.
Super cute. And then in the ride queue too, there's tons of things to take photos of, and like I said, they would be great to do a photo shoot there if you wanted to get some pictures of your kids.
Went on that ride one of the last times we were there, and I didn't realize this because I hadn't seen the Mater short movies.
Yeah.
That all the stuff in the line is from those shorts.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that until I saw them.
Yeah, I hadn't seen those until just the other day because they're on Netflix now. And so I was watching them on Netflix with Scarlett, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think that's at Cars Land. Like, I think I saw something like that. So now that I've seen it, I'm excited to go back and like get all the theming and jokes in.
Yeah. Yes.
And that ride is so funny to me. Like, it cracks me up.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like because we rode it at night, which is so fun. It's so fun at night. Like the lights and it just, I don't know. I loved it. And the lines were a little shorter. That's why we went at night. And I just giggled. I just laughed the whole time. Like it just made me laugh so hard.
I know. I love that ride too. It's one of my new favorites, I would have to say.
Yeah, it's fun. That's a good photo op too, that ride, because you have a good like 30 seconds of sitting in those cars.
Yeah.
Before, like that's probably one of the only, well, not one of the only rides, but one of the only rides that you can actually get a picture of some like your friends in the ride car.
Yes.
You know, so it's nice.
Yes, and you can stand up next. There's enough time that you can stand up next to the ride car.
Yeah.
And get a photo
it's
there.
It's a slow loader, let's say.
Yeah.
Which is not good for wait times, but it's good for pictures.
It is good for pictures. Yeah, that's exactly. And it's fun to sit when I was riding it with my family for the first time. I sat in the car in front of them and got pictures.
Fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's fun that one of those rides everybody can ride it. It's not, like Radiator Springs, we're just constantly doing like child swap and whatever. But this one, even it's fun and like it's not your basic like smooth dark ride, but so Scarlett can still ride it and it's still a little bit exciting for her.
Yeah.
So.
It's a baby thrill ride.
Yeah, it is. It's like a baby thrill ride. It's like
it's an all ages thrill ride.
I know, but it's one babies can do too. Yeah. And I don't know that she's been on a ride that's quite that exciting, except for maybe like Teacups or something, but it was fun for her. She really liked it. She giggled the whole time too.
You can't not with that Mater singing.
I know.
I love it.
You laugh so hard.
I love it. So, and then right across the way from Mater, you have, why can I not remember any names?
Fillmore's.
Thank you. Fillmore's. I need to pull up a map that has names on it is what I need to do or pull up my own darn app so I can remember. Yeah. Okay. And there's lots of hippie kind of stuff over there. There used to be some beads on one of the doors hanging down that you could get pictures taken in. The PhotoPass person took my kids' pictures in there, but they took them down because I guess they were getting pretty mangled really fast with all of the kids that wanted their pictures
hanging
in there.
on them and stuff. And
it was bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is in the area though. They have like those cool wind chimes and it's very hippie.
Very hippie. So many, like you guys have said, so many details, little details in there that make it super fun. But the tie-dye dome.
Yeah.
Would make a super fun background.
The thing about Cars Land is you have to go during the day and you have to go at night.
Yeah.
Because it's like a totally different land at night.
Yeah.
But you want pictures during the day. Like, you have to do both.
You have to do both. You really do.
To see everything lit up.
Love the little peace sign lights at Fillmore's. Like, I noticed those. They have like the peace sign with the street lamp going over the top. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Cute.
Yes.
Some cute details.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question about Cars Land at Night since you guys mentioned it. So we were thinking that we never were able to hit it at the right time, but do they like turn on the lights and do like music like in the movie?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to see that because it's
They play the Life is a Dream.
Yeah.
Or Life is like a Dream. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then they slowly turn on the lights, and I think they start at the back end and move forward, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
Just like in the movie.
Just Just
The
like
problem is
movie.
getting there at the right time.
That's the thing is we thought I bet they do that because how could they not do it? Like we were like I bet they do it. We just were never.
There's not
there
a
at the
set
right
time. There's not a set time for it. It's just when it, like at dusk. So you have to be there for like give yourself an hour of time. Like
Really, you do.
Yeah.
When we were there with my kids in August with my whole family, I wanted my oldest daughter to see it. I had seen it with my younger kids, and so I wanted my older daughter to see it, and because I knew she would love it. So we just went and got popcorn and treats and sat on a bench, and I'm like, we're going to stay right here. And she was getting so impatient with me. She's like, why do we have to stay here? And I was like, just wait. You'll love it. Just wait. And she was not, complaining the entire time until the music started. And then she realized what was going on. She was like, oh, I love it.
See, that's what one of these, like, you have to make your magic happen because you could get lucky, and be there at the right time. But if you want that magic memory of you and your daughter sitting on a bench watching that, you kind of got to make it happen.
Exactly. Eating popcorn. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just stay seated.
And that's what I was like, we're staying here until it happens. So, and I think it was only 30 minutes or so that we had to wait, but I just didn't want to miss it. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. If you ask somebody like, what time are they going to do that? And they're like, we don't know. It's just when the sun goes down. And you're like, come on, like just give me a time.
Yeah. I did ask in flows. I said, what time has it been the last couple nights? Have you noticed?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And they did they were like, I think last night it seems like I was doing this and that. So it was about, this 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever. They were able to give me a ballpark, which helped a lot.
Yeah. So what is, sorry, I'm jumping back to where we were talking about Fillmore's. What is it? Like, I didn't go in enough to like realize, like, is it just to buy like snacks? Like what is that?
Yeah. Like the fruit cart and chips and stuff like that.
Drinks.
Yeah. Sodas and not like a walk up, not like a quick service, but just bag of chips, the pickle, that sort of stuff.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of
appropriate for Fillmore's. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
It does. That one tends to lean more toward the healthy side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. So Sarge's is a store, Sarge's Surplus Hut, which is right next to Fillmore's. And it's, just a store, but it has a really cute mailbox out front that is fun to have a photo with. If you happen to be there and just notice some of the small details. I like their lights too that come on at night. They're fun.
Inside that store is really cute too.
Yeah.
There's some really good, really good gift shop, but really good theming inside the stores here.
Yes.
There's so many little details inside the stores.
Yeah. And then in between Sarge's Surplus Hut and Flo's V8 Cafe there's a walkway that goes back to a restroom, and there's lots of trees and benches and stuff. And I had a PhotoPass photographer that once I showed him that I had the my brain today.
PhotoPass
It's
Plus.
Bad. Yes, the PhotoPass Plus, the card. Holy cow! It's been a rough couple days.
It's early, and we're recording early in the morning.
Early in the morning, and it's been a rough couple days with website stuff. So
Steph's not completely awake yet.
Something. I need to drink more Diet Mountain Dew or something. Yeah. So once he saw that I had the PhotoPass Plus, he was like, I really want to try a photo over here. Will you come over and bring your kids so I can do a photo with them? And so we did some photos over there, and he's like, I just wanted something that maybe wasn't so Disney. And so it looked great. They turned out great, but I love the Disney theming, and that's what I want in my PhotoPass pictures.
That's a cute little area. It's like it's almost like a little park or something.
It is.
Like it's cute. It's
is.
shady, and it's shady.
Yeah.
Like you can sit in the shade there.
You can.
There are benches and stuff back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots of benches.
We didn't go back there at all, so I don't know anything about that area.
You probably just walked right past it because there's nothing there besides the bathroom and just trees and grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like something that would draw your eye.
Mm-mm. No. You just see lots of people going in and out of there. And that's the first time I saw it. I was like, I wonder what's back there. There's so many people going in and out. A bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So, okay. And then let's talk about flows. So many fun things at flows.
When Heather was out here in December was the first time I ate there. And I was like, come on, Heather, let's go. You know, we had just finished eating. Let's go around and take some photos inside. She's like, okay. It took us an hour.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Wow.
There is so much to take a photo. I took like 400 photos just in that place.
Wow.
See, we didn't.
Detailing.
This is like a regret for sure I have, because we didn't even go into flows. Like, we saw it and we were trying to figure somewhere to eat, and it was so crowded there that we were like, we looked at the menu and we're like, I don't think we're going to eat there because there's just too crowded. So we didn't even go in, and now I regret it because I've seen pictures and it looks so adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, at least to walk into. I am not a fan of the food there because it's, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the food there.
I like the breakfast. The pies are super good.
I liked the breakfast. It's the dinner menu that doesn't really.
It's a lot of comfort food, and so, you know, it's like turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy. My family loves it. It's their favorite place to eat. I don't really care for it as much. I'm with you, but we have to eat there when I'm there with the family because that's what they love to do. But their pies, so the apple cheddar pie, really, really. I would go there and that would be my dinner because I don't like the other food as much. I really do like their breakfast though.
Yeah, their breakfast is really good, but so many photo ops in there. Yeah, the food wasn't, it was okay. Yeah. But the breakfast is good.
Breakfast is really good. Yeah, so they have the Doc Hudson side of flows where you can go and sit, and it's decorated more kind of masculine and like office-y-ish.
I like that there's big trophies and like it's all, the walls are lined with like newspapers, and it's like a giant newspaper of his wins and stuff. It's really cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, and it's all like dark woodsy and manly.
Yes, very manly.
Yeah, it's very manly.
Yeah, and then the other side is totally the opposite because it's pink sparkly diner chairs, and I love it. Super fun. And then they go ahead.
The transition, because if you go to the far side of flows by Radiator Springs, it's very girly and pink and turquoise, and then as you slowly move to the Doc Hudson side, like you get into that dining room and it's like tools on the walls and stuff, so it like transitioned into like super manly from super kind of girly.
Yeah,
so it's nice.
Wow.
And then in the middle is where you order your food and stuff. It's there's a lot of really, really cool details in there to take pictures of, just like Tanya said.
So there's indoor seating and outdoor seating there, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Not on the Doc Hudson side, there's not indoor or outdoor seating there. It's on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nice.
But it's all connected to the same restaurant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I don't understand like the whole. I almost just said the flow of it, but that's just too punny for me. I don't understand like the logistics of that restaurant because it was so crowded. I feel so bad that I'm not being very helpful in this discussion because we just weren't able to like see it all because we were just packed in there. It was
so crazy. Yeah, that's when I was there in August. That's how it was, and we did the early entry, and after that, I could not stand to be in Radiator Springs because there was just so many people.
It's kind of because you walk in and you order your food in the middle, and you can go either way. A lot of people don't realize. I don't think that you can go they see people to the left and they'll be like, "Oh, we have to go sit over here," but there's a whole another dining room to the right. So, but you have to kind of like walk around. But I like sitting outside because you can watch Radiator Springs drive by.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
There's seating, outdoor seating in the front of flows, which is like the drive-up diner, feel.
Yeah.
And then off to the back behind that, on the Radiator Springs side, there's outdoor seating, and you have a perfect view of Radiator Racers.
Cool. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
It's nice. When we sat there and ate breakfast, we were able to hear when the ride broke down.
Oh,
So we'd be like, we'll wait for it to start back up. You just sit there and watch it and be like, oh, there it goes again. Let's go get in line.
Funny.
Yeah. I'm just looking at a picture just now as we're talking about it of flows, and it just boggles my mind how good the theming is at these places. Like just the outside of the restaurant, like what it looks like the pistons that hold up, and then there's like the I don't know. It's like all car parts. Like you don't even notice that. You just think it's just like, oh, it's just a cafe. But when you look at it, it's all like big giant car parts.
My favorite in the girly side of the dining room is there's a huge mirror.
Yes.
Like a rear view mirror.
Oh,
that takes up like the entire wall.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Like, I love that thing. And if you position yourself right, you can get a photo of yourself in it.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a fun photo op.
It's literally a giant mirror.
It is. Huge. And it looks exactly like a rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are making me want to go so bad.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's good.
They
It's
have
good.
good music and stuff playing too, but there's just so much to take photos of in that place. Every time I go, I'm like, I find something new.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, while we're here in this area, let's talk about the little pathway that goes back through there and over into Paradise. Well, not Paradise Pier, but give me a minute. I'll pull it up here.
Pacific Wharf.
Yes, thank you. This is why I need people here today. I cannot do this on my own.
Tanya's our translator.
Yes.
Usually I forget the names of these things very easily, but I'm on fire right
You're
now.
on your game today. Thank goodness, because it would be sad if you weren't. Yeah, so there's a pathway that goes through Flows. It's in between Flows and Ramones that goes all the way back, and you can get great photos along there of Radiator Racers, of Willie's Butte, which Willie's Butte is the big rock formation. And then you can go into Pacific Wharf from there. And then at Pacific Wharf, right as you get into Pacific Wharf, there's a big rock, like bridge, that you can get an archway.
Photo that you have to get.
Yes, you have to have that photo with cars, with Radiator Racers in the background and Willie's Butte in the background, all of it.
My advice to that is to wait until there's nobody there.
Yes.
Because it is awful. Like I have from when we went to the preview, you would think there wouldn't be that many people there, but sure enough, there's like one dude in the background on every single one of our photos that's like staring at the camera. Like,
Yeah.
Bummer.
it's because they have to use a flash at night, especially that like there's always going to be somebody else's face glowing in there. So the PhotoPass photographers, if there's nobody there, they're willing to wait, until there's nobody in the background. So that's
but
nice.
if there's somebody else waiting, they aren't going to.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
And there's usually a PhotoPass photographer there. And, the traffic through there comes in waves. It's like a ton of people, and then nothing for a few minutes. And so that's when you want to just wait until there's nothing.
When we got our picture taken up at the front by the sign, the postcard sign, the PhotoPass guy saw that we had the PhotoPass Plus card, and he's like, okay, now you got to go back to the back. And he told us about this spot, and he's like, I have a guy my buddy back there is taking panoramic PhotoPass pictures back there.
What?
So we actually ended up not being able to because the whole group didn't want to, and we were headed somewhere else. But now I regret that because I don't know what they were like or what, but he's like, he's back there doing panoramic, and since you have that card, you got to go.
I've seen that.
Do it. I know. I was like, okay. He acted like it was maybe something they were like trying.
Testing.
I don't know, but I was like, dang it, why didn't we do that? That was so dumb. And we talked about, we're like, okay, we'll go back and find him, and then we forgot.
Fizzled out.
Yeah.
So where were they? Back in that area on that pathway?
I think so. Yeah, on the pathway. That's what he said. He said, go back on the pathway, and there's he's like, my buddy's doing panoramic pictures. I was like, cool.
Yeah, they usually have like they'll have the PhotoPass photographer right when you walk in from the Pacific Wharf area, and then about halfway down they have another one taking pictures with Radiator Springs racers in the background. So maybe there, because that's a good panoramic
That would be a
shot
good,
right there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a great panoramic
So
shot.
maybe walk back there and ask or see if you're in that area, because that would be like a really great photo op.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to ask next time.
There you go. Yeah, ask about it. I'd love to hear what you find out.
Yeah, report
I'm going
back.
to be like, I heard about this thing. And like,
Are we making something up, or is it real?
Yeah, maybe he was, using the panoramic term loosely. Like maybe it was just like a really cool big wide shot that he was saying, and it's not really technically panoramic. I don't know, but it's worth looking into.
I'm surprised if they start doing that eventually.
That would be awesome.
Agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
So they could charge more for them if they wanted to.
Yeah. And just to mention also, there's usually PhotoPass photographers, especially first thing in the morning, all the way down.
Oh yeah, like
the
every
main
10
road.
Every 10 feet there's one.
Yeah. Route 66, I think, is what it is. All the way down that road. There's usually, and really the best tip is get a photo first thing in the morning, because as it gets more and more crowded throughout the day, either first thing in the morning or in the evening when it's less crowded, because otherwise you're just going to have tons of strangers, a sea of people in the back of your photo, which is not cool. So, okay, Cozy Cone.
Yay!
Are we ready to move to Cozy
Yes.
Cone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots to talk about at Cozy Cone.
Yeah. So usually there's a character meet and greet there for Lightning McQueen and Mater. One or the other of them there.
Yeah, every 30 minutes I think they switch out.
Oh, really?
Every 30 or 45 minutes. It seems short, actually, for what, like, the ordeal it is to
Yeah, no kidding.
switch them out. So they kind of switch them out often. I don't think it's an hour. I'm positive it's less than an hour.
Wow, I had no idea it was that. Yeah, because they come clear from Pacific Wharf.
Yeah.
And they drive, and they have a whole bunch of people that walk with them the whole way.
It's another to stay in that Pacific Wharf section leading into Cars Land until one of them come out, because you can get good photos of them there driving.
Yeah.
With
That's
nobody
fun.
in them, because there's not that many people back there.
Yeah, I actually, Mini-Me and I were sitting there eating breakfast.
I love that you talk about it like me and Mini-Me were.
Well, because I was going to say we, and then I'm like, they don't know who I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Mini-Me.
Jeez.
We were sitting there eating breakfast, and McQueen came by, and so I hurried and popped her up on the railing and was able to get a picture of McQueen in the background and Radiator Springs with Mini-Me.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're pretty close to them if you're standing on that road. Like, they don't make you get off the road. They just kind of push you to the side, and it's not that wide. So you're like right on top of those cars pretty much.
Yeah. If you're quick, I think it'd be harder to get kids in a picture, but
no, it's just like snapping the car as it goes by.
Yes.
The line when we were there to meet Mater and Lightning was always really long. Always.
Even on slower days, it's still pretty long.
We didn't ever really wait because it was always so long.
Yeah.
Early entry, they have them out there during early entry too, usually.
Oh, that's
so
good.
if you do get early entry, that would be the time to do it. That's what my sister and I did. Or you could do that first thing instead of trying to ride Radiator Racers, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but
Yeah.
And they keep them out until way after, like, till the park closes, I think, too. Mm-hmm. They keep them out. I don't think they stop meeting, but I'm not entirely positive on that, because most characters stop coming out after dusk or whatever it is. I think they stay out a good portion of the night.
Well, we were there really late, and I have a good picture. I didn't wait in line because we didn't really want to wait, but I just took a picture of just Lightning, like with all of the nighttime lights, and it was awesome.
Very cool.
And I have to say, I recommend, because when you go in to meet them, you're sort of facing the Cozy Cone, like you have kind of the lobby in the background. Mm-hmm. But if you position yourself where you kind of stand on the other side and get like the Cozy Cone Motel and more like Radiator Springs in the background, it's a way cuter picture. Like I think the norm is to take it
straight on.
Yeah, straight on. But if you go around the side, the picture I took with Lightning has like it's much cuter background, I think.
Really good idea.
And they'll follow you. Like it doesn't look. They'll look the other way or whatever. So
yeah, I have noticed. I had a picture straight on, and I was like, "Well, that's cute." But if you take it from a slight angle, either way, I think it's cuter because you get a little bit of a different background
and you can see more of the car.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just when you look at them straight on, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's cuter to have more of the car for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's tons of details back there that you can get photos of, the flowers that are made out of tail lights.
So cute.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I fell in love with in Cars. Was those lights.
I know.
I was like, wow, this place is so cool. And then I was like, oh my God. Look at the light.
Yeah.
I couldn't even handle it.
Some of those adorable details.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's like, we tried to kind of like avoid a lot of details about Cars Land before we went because I like to be more surprised. And so we tried to not look at anything about Radiator Springs Racers, not anything about Cars Land. But that's like one of the things that for some reason I accidentally saw a picture of was those cute, I think it might have been you, Tanya, with your Instagram of those of those taillight flowers. And they were so cute. I was just like, oh my gosh, if that's the amount of detail that goes into Cars Land, I can't wait to see it all.
Yeah.
You definitely have to get a photo just in front of
a cone.
Yeah, and there's the cones in front of the little cone water wheel and the neon.
Yes,
the neon sign. Yeah,
it's so clever. It blows my mind how clever it all is. It's so clever.
Yeah,
and inside the little motel lobby is like if you can get in there without getting a bad glare off the glass, but like there's so much little stuff in there.
I know. It's so cool. So cool.
I like it. And even the table umbrellas are cones, right?
Yep. Yes, they are.
Yeah. It's like cone heaven.
Cone heaven, for sure.
They went cone crazy in there.
And even the food because each cone sells a different kind of food, and it's all cone themed in there too. Served in cones.
If you're going to Cars Land to take photos, to wear something that goes with orange. Because orange really matches the entire area.
It does.
So wear some orange. Yeah. Orange, yellow, red. Like
blue.
Yep.
Yeah. Complimentary, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Radiator Springs, the curio shop that is right next to the Cozy Cone. There's a huge sign actually right in between the two that kind of separates the two that is great for a backdrop for a photo. It's just kind of I think it's a picture of Mater is what it is, but it would be a great backdrop. Just the aged wood look with the paint on it. Love it. So, and the curio shop, so many details on the outside of that shop. I think it would be great. I'm picturing teenage boy.
Oh yeah, they've shoved everything car related that they could possibly shove onto the side of that building. Like on all sides of the building, hubcaps, license plates, everything's on there.
Yeah, it's amazing, totally amazing. So. That's all I have to say about that one. Do you have anything to add?
It's just a cute building.
Yeah, it is.
Like up between all this stuff, and then it's like an old wood and it's really nice. They perfectly age things.
Yes.
Without looking like old.
I know. I want to learn from them so that I can do some of that stuff in my house.
Yeah, it's like perfectly aged wood.
Yes, with the paint on it that's, aged. It looks like it's been there and in the rain for a long time. Yeah, perfect.
That's another one that's really pretty lit up at night, too.
It is. They all are.
I know.
Mm-hmm. That's the great thing about Cars Land is it doesn't look, for some reason, they made it look like it's been there forever. Like, it's just Radiator Springs, and they've spruced it up a little, but it's old. It's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Luigi's Flying Tires, which is right across the way, not my favorite ride. In fact, I've ridden it once, and that once was good for me.
Yeah. I think I'm good with the one time too. It was just a super long line for a kind of a short, kind of okay ride.
Lame ride. I'll go there. Lame ride.
Yeah, I don't know. I was with little ones who really thought it was pretty funny and fun, but it's not the best. Your time is not. Definitely ride it once. Mm-hmm. Especially just to go through the
10-minute wait.
Right.
Yeah. We had to wait longer than 10 minutes.
You have to wait longer than 10, don't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got in line because we kept waiting for maybe a shorter line and we just couldn't get it. So I think the line said it was 20, but I swear it was longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slow.
It's so slow. But I will say the queue inside is adorable.
It is.
I love going inside Luigi's. It was just like the movie. It was so awesome.
Yeah, and there's lots of fun photo ops outside with his stacked tires that are out front. That's super fun.
Yeah.
They used to have a ride car outside and now they've moved it inside. I'm sure it's probably to try and lure people into the ride. I don't know. If you want a picture in the ride car, you have to come in. So
the line's still constantly long for that ride. It's ridiculous, but Luigi and Guido are my favorite characters from Cars.
Mine too.
Because I can't even handle them at all. Oh my God, I love them. But there is a lot of detail in the line for you to take photos of the tires and stuff. But yeah, in the summertime, I can't even imagine going on that ride.
Yeah.
Because it is just in the blaring sun.
It is.
Well, that's the thing is when we waited, part of our wait was inside where it was nice and air conditioned. But then as soon as you go outside to wait in that line in the back, oh my gosh, we were so hot.
Yeah.
And it's a little shady. It's not, but
not a lot.
I have to say though, I feel like it's beautiful back there. Like the topiaries and the lights and, it's beautiful. And all kind of Italian, it's really cool. But the ride just, brother.
I read somewhere recently that they took out some of the innards on the ride cars, and so they're supposed to move faster now.
Oh.
I got to go on it when they still had the beach balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was a bit more fun then. Only because you were laughing so hard at people trying to get those dang beach balls. Like people, they had to stop the ride like 2 or 3 times because people were like trying to jump out of their ride cars after beach balls.
Oh,
it was insane, but it was funny. And so it gave you something to do on the ride. Mm-hmm. And I think without them now, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm leaning, like, oh, yay. Yeah. Like, I don't get it. But I've heard that they are not going to give up on that ride and that they're trying to find something else to spruce it up a little bit. Like they refuse to give up on that ride.
As soon as they said they were going to make that ride, I was like, well, there's a reason why it didn't last.
Yeah.
In Tomorrowland, because it's just, for those who don't maybe know, it's just the flying saucers redone and kind of, rethemed and redone so that they actually work. But there's a reason it didn't last. So I don't know what they're going to do to
I read somewhere that they're talking about possibly putting Luigi and Guido on the ride, pushing people around. But I have no idea how that would work. I think they're just tossing around ideas to try to make it work, but I mean, they can't get rid of it because it's part of the land, the building will always be there. Like they can't get rid of it. So
no, they'll have to, but I can see them though in a few years doing something totally different with it though.
Maybe a dark ride or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Something. Yeah. I have to say, maybe I have a little bit of a soft spot for it because I took some of my favorite pictures on that ride, like taking pictures of my little nieces riding it, laughing so hard as they're craning their bodies around to lean backwards, and that's some of my favorite pictures. So it was a fun
to take photos on for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun moment, a fun memory. Yeah. But it's not another ride I want to wait in line for it and go on.
A dress on that ride either.
Oh gosh, you'd be in trouble.
Because I have seen some. I didn't take photos, but I've seen some bad things happen on that ride.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah. But that's what it's all about, Brittney, and that's what I was gonna. It's about the memories, and that's what all of something could be fabulous for one person and a total bummer for somebody else, just because of what memories are associated with it, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we definitely had some magic on that ride, but it's not like a ride where I think we're going to have that every time, so I want to ride it every time. It was just, I feel like the first time we had all ridden it, and it was fun, but I don't know that we'll do it again. And it was fun because Scarlett was tall enough so she could ride it, because it's a 30, I don't know what the height is, 30 inch or something.
30.
Yeah, something. It's similar to Autopia, so she was tall enough, so we got a cute picture of her standing, on the height thing, look, she's tall enough, and she was so little that it was fun to see that she was tall enough.
Yeah.
So it has some special memories for me, but I know that the ride isn't the best. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's all good. It's all good. The height requirement on Luigi's is 32.
Oh, okay. 32. I think it's the same for Autopia.
Your baby is tall.
I know, she is tall. She's way tall enough now. She's even way taller than that. But she's 97th percentile for height. So she's
going to be tall because you guys are both tall.
I know, we are both very tall. So she didn't have a chance.
Yeah, she didn't have a chance.
She's just going to be tall. But my other little niece who is very little for her age, she was also tall enough. So you can be pretty, you don't have to be very old to ride that ride.
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
My daughter, she's going to be 2 in March, but at the time she was only 1.5. So
wow, yeah.
Okay. So as long as they're not an infant, chances are they're going to be tall enough.
Okay.
So, as long as they maybe could walk.
Yeah.
Go measure them and see.
It's hard for me to remember how tall 32 inches is, but it is pretty. It's not very tall.
No, she was definitely tall enough. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so then just down around the corner from Luigi's is our Radiator Springs courthouse. And the statue of, who is it that's right there?
Stanley?
Stanley, yes, the founder of Radiator Springs. And so that's a definite photo op you don't want to miss.
Oh, yeah. That is the cutest statue ever with his googly eyes and
I know.
Little tiny water fountain.
Yes.
That's just sputtering out.
Just like the movie. Everything is just like the movie. Like when Josh and I kept saying as we were walking around, it's like, I feel like I've been here already. Because it was just, it's so like the movie. It's just perfect.
Yes.
And even right before that, there's all the little window shops and stuff. The Mr. Feelgood's curve feelers and the Sparky spark plugs and all those places right there.
Yeah.
That are good for us.
Yeah, and right across the street there is Ramon's House of Body Art, which has great lights and stuff at night and lots of fun theming.
Definitely.
What's in that place? I don't really know what's in it though.
Just
clothes,
I think.
The shop?
They focus more on the kind of shirt, with the pinstriping and car type stuff, shirts and stuff.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and then the line queue for Radiator Racers has tons of photo ops as well. If you're in the standby line and waiting for a long time, you will have some great photo ops that you can get because there's great backdrops there.
I've never actually stood in the standby line.
I haven't either.
I've walked really fast through the standby line first thing in the morning. And I was with my sister and I'm stopping to take pictures of Mini Me and all these people are rushing by me. She's like, I'm not waiting for you.
We've only done Fast Pass and Child Swap, so I've never waited in the whole line before.
Yes.
But from what I can see, like when I stand in the single rider line and I'm like peeking over to see what I can see, and it looks really cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into back past Radiator Springs, where does the Red, the fire truck, where does he normally do his meet and greets?
Normally it's in between the Radiator Springs, and Luigi's, the curio shop and Luigi's, the road that leads into Bugs Land.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's usually back there.
That's where I thought. And then
almost out of Radiator Springs.
Yeah. That's where I saw him before. And then one time I saw him down by kind of by the Stanley statue.
When I was there in December, that's where he was meeting. And I was like, wow, this is weird. Why is he out here? Especially like with the crowds that were there.
Yeah, it seemed like a bad place to have a line.
Well, it is.
The firehouse there, where Stanley, it's also the firehouse. It makes sense, but it's not really in the photo.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they put him there. Maybe I have no idea.
When we did early entry one morning, they had him out there by the courthouse and all of that stuff. And I'm like, seriously, you're going to try and move him now with all these people just coming in?
Yeah. Because he's gigantic.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the other thing: is I think he's a cute character from the movie, but I barely remember him.
Yeah, that's not the one I would have chosen.
No, but there's always a huge line. Like we were cracking up because every time we saw him, the line to meet him was so long, and we were like, really? Like, have you guys taken a picture with him? Are they adorable? Like, I don't know.
He is super adorable. Believe it or not, like he honks and plays you songs. And
we heard him playing "Happy Birthday" to somebody.
Yeah, he plays at Christmas time. He was playing Christmas songs and stuff. And every photo I've ever taken of him, even as I'm walking by, he's looking at me.
Wow.
It is the weird, like if nobody's there, taking the photo with him, and I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna snap a photo of him. Like his eyeballs shift and look at me every time.
Fun.
And I'm just like, I love him. Like,
I just figured, since there's so many people wanting to meet him, I was like, well, it must be like an adorable picture or something, because who cares? I don't know.
I think it's mostly because he's there more than
probably.
Yeah.
But they're just so. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when he's off to the side towards Bugs Land, it's just kind of like that last minute, like, oh, for one last thing to do before we leave this land, that's why he's good there, I think.
Yeah.
There's just so few characters to actually have a picture with that it just surprised me that he's one of the 3 or whatever, so.
I don't. He wouldn't have been my first choice either, but neither would have that DJ dance party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, let's talk about DJ Dance. I don't know much about it. My daughter loves it. I haven't done any photos with DJ Dance Party at all.
I haven't either. I've seen pictures of it. I've seen it happen. It seems like a big, crowdy mess.
Yes.
Every time he comes through, I'm just like, wow, that is a big mess right there.
It is.
Really let you get in there to take photos with it. I tried to, I was going to try to shove Heather in there to get a photo with her, but they're not having it. They'll kind of push you out of the way.
Wow.
Because they're dancing. Like, I'm sure you can find a way to do it. Just run up there real quick and run back, but it's hard.
Is it a dance party or is it like a performance? Like, are there cast members performing?
Yeah, there's cast members in the flows outfits dancing and stuff, but they drag out the kids and dance with kids and stuff. So it's a party.
Oh, okay. And that's just throughout the day.
Yeah. Kids love it. Kids absolutely love it.
They do. I think I don't know I don't even want to say how often it is. It seems like all the time it's happening. And you want to avoid that area unless you want to be in the dance party because it's hard to get around. Really hard.
All the way around it and stuff. But that's another character that, like Red, like he's in the movie for a whopping 30 seconds. So
I have to say though, when they announced that they were doing that, I thought it was pretty clever. I thought, that's clever to have that character do like the dance party. Like that's cute.
It makes sense.
I love that character. I think those race car or whatever they're called, those cars, those are funny. Like that part of the movie is really funny. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me choosing, I would much rather have a photo with Luigi.
Oh my God.
Or any of those other cars than DJ or the fire engine.
Okay, so that's I wanted to say, this is my one disappointment with Cars Land, is I thought that for sure each little place you went, each little building, like maybe off to the side or behind, there'd be like a car. And I don't even care that if the car like smiles at
animated.
Me, a song. No, just like the car, kind
of like they have the petting zoo for Mater's little.
Right.
Yeah.
That you could just go up and take a picture with. I feel like each character should be by their building. Like,
I agree.
Not?
I wonder if they had more room if they would have done that.
I feel like they could sneak them. They could have put them in places. Like, cause I would love to have a picture with every single character. Like, I want a picture with Fillmore and Sarge and Luigi and even Sally. Like, I just feel like they should all be at their places somewhere. Maybe tucked behind or something. That was. I feel like I expected it, and then it wasn't there, and I was like, oh. Bummer.
And you're right. There is spots where they can definitely do that.
Well, especially if you said there's like a big grassy area, like stick a car back there, like it doesn't have to drive around and be alive. Like, I don't care. Just sort of like, how like there's characters that you can pose by at like the Pop Century or, whatever. Like they're just
they have all those cars at the animation.
Yes,
Art of
just
animation
like that.
They do, yeah.
Just like that, but at Cars Land. Just put them in.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think people would love that.
I totally agree with you, Brittney.
I like that they're a lot like the ones that you can meet that kind of are semi-interactive. That is fun, but they don't all have to be that way.
True.
Okay, DJ's Dance Party. I looked it up for y'all.
Thank you.
The shows today it's every hour, it looks like 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, and then they take a break until 7, 8, and 9. And so I'm betting that they take that break to do the lighting. Mm-hmm.
So that's a good indicator of when that lighting
would be. Sometime between 5:30 and 7. Well, probably no. It starts at 5:30, so it'll be done by 6. So probably between 6 and 7 is when that lighting's going to be. Tonight.
Look at us. We're so smart.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Look at us. Okay. Is there anything else that any other places that you guys wanted to talk about that we've missed?
Any other good memory places?
Yeah. Magic.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either. I like when you get off of Radiator Springs Racers and you're walking out. There's a good spot there where you can get the cars racing behind you. Like if you're sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. I have a picture there. We just asked some person to take our picture when we were exiting, and it's a really cute picture.
The cars go by at a really good angle there.
Mm-hmm. They do. And you can also get the Cadillac Mountain Range in the background there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a great spot. And I didn't even really realize that spot until I think my last trip when I was coming off the ride. I was like, hello, that's a great photo spot.
Yeah, if you're walking, you have to walk out at the right time, because if you don't see the cars drive by, you won't even realize
that it's like the spot.
Yeah, that's the spot. But if you
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying, if you walk out while they're driving by, you're going to be like, whoa.
Yeah. We also took a really cute picture just right before you go onto Radiator Springs Racers, like kind of where the stroller parking is, sort of. There, like you can stand along the gate, and it's a good angle to get the cute RS Radiator Springs that's on the mountain in the background. I have a really cute picture of Josh, Scarlett, and I, all three standing right there. Like it was so cute and picturesque that I thought, I wish this wasn't like stroller parking and that there was like a photo pass guy here, because it was such a good spot.
It is.
It seemed like a obvious photo spot, but it was stroller parking.
Yeah.
We kind of like wedged our way in between strollers and took a picture.
Also to the, if you're like looking at Stanley to the left, there's a big billboard on the side of the building that's a Radiator Springs billboard right there. You can't really see it though unless you walk in the corner.
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom back? What's back there?
No,
Is it just
nothing.
cast member?
It's cast member.
But yeah, that billboard used to be somewhere else, or is it at Disney World? That same, I've seen that same billboard somewhere, and I can't remember where I've seen it at. But I want to say it's at Disney World.
What does it look like?
It is it's just, it says Radiator Springs, and it has I believe it has Sally or it has two cars. I don't know. I have to find a picture of it. I've seen it before though. I know I've seen it before somewhere.
There's a billboard somewhere. I don't, maybe it's when you're leaving Radiator Springs. I can't remember. That has like lightning and Mater on it. It's really cute. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe that's the one you're thinking of. I don't know.
Don't.
Trying to. There it is. There's my picture. I was like, I saw a picture of it somewhere. Oh, this isn't it. Oh, I see the one you're talking about. The happy place with the two cars on it.
Oh, yes. That's the one.
That is a really cute photo spot. But the cars are just generic cars. I don't think I don't think they're anybody.
Like having a blank on what the sign was about, but I knew there was a sign there, and I know I've seen it before somewhere, and I just don't know where.
Oh, they might be cars. They might be. It's hard to tell in this picture. It might be Ramon and Flo. Okay. But it's kind of hard to tell. They're really cute though.
I'm having a hard time pulling it up in my foggy brain this morning, but I wonder if maybe it was similar to one of the ones that was on the construction.
Maybe.
Fences.
Oh, on the walls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's where I saw it. I know.
I bet that's where you saw it.
I hate when I can't think of where I've seen something. It drives me nuts. And you know what? In like 3 hours, it's going to be like a light bulb, and I'm going to be like, oh, like that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. You can come post it in the comments.
Yeah. But that'd be a cute place to take a picture because there's nobody back there.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have people walking behind you.
Yeah. I think the other sign I was thinking of that has lightning and Mater on it is when you're leaving or exiting toward Bugs Land. I think there's a sign back there, a really cute billboard.
I like little signs going back there leading into Bugs Land too that say like bye Radiator Springs or like welcome to Bugs Land. There's like all the bugs are back there too.
Yeah, they moved the bugs back to that area. See, that's the thing is like those bugs, like kind of the same thing where you can go and pose with the bugs that are just stationary. Same thing with the cars. Like that's what I feel like they should have been. Oh, well, whatever. I'll get over it.
Okay, let's move on to our picks with Pixie Dust. Do you have a pick, Brittney?
I do. My pick is the Inside the Magic Flickr stream.
Oh.
They post Ricky Briganti, who does Inside the Magic, he posts all his pictures to Flickr, like even his phone pictures, I think. But anyway, his photo stream is great. He has pictures of anything you could possibly think of at both parks. And he has an entire Cars Land set of pictures that he's organized into a set. And I've been looking through them this whole time as we've been talking. And I feel like if you're listening to the show, you could kind of look through that and see almost everything we're talking about. So
perfect.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't have all my pictures, like this organized into the same spot. So this is a great place to be able to kind of take a little virtual tour through Cars Land. And he has pictures of all the kinds of details. And there's everything from like food to rides to the shops to even just cast members to like pictures of the menus of places, pictures of inside the rides, like on inside Radiator Springs Racers, like all of it. So it's a great, great photo set. All his photo sets are great, but this one is just beautiful and awesome. So I'll link that up in the show notes so you can check it out. But
I can't wait to see that.
And he has so many sets that you could scroll through all just his organized sets for a long time and find so many things. And he even has other sets that are Cars Land related, but this is just the main Cars Land set. But he has more specific ones. Like he has, I think, like a Radiator Springs set and a Radiator Springs Racers set, sorry, and stuff like that. But this is like has a ton of pictures, and they're at night and at day, you know, during the day and at night, so you can kind of see both, and it's awesome. Very, very, very cool. So.
Yeah. And Capturing Magic is actually a sponsor now of Inside the Magic, the podcast.
It's a good show.
It is a really good show.
Yeah,
Highly recommend it.
Definitely. One of the highest, definitely hands down the best quality Disney, like park planning, trip planning kind of
news
out there. Yeah. Park news. Yeah. Disney news. The Hannah does all Disney news.
He does. Okay, Tanya.
My pick is the website Tales of a Disneyland Cast Member. Did either of you read it?
No, but it sounds fun.
Oh my God. Her name is Danielle. I'm not sure if she still works in the parks, but most of her stories, she goes in chronological order from when she first started working there and tells stories. And she doesn't tell like bad stories. They are make you cry stories. Oh. I cry every single time.
I can't wait.
Insane. And put it in your blog reader because she doesn't post that often, but every, sometimes once a month, sometimes every a couple months, but they're such heartwarming stories that it drives me insane. And she writes really good, really, really good. And I think she is eventually going to put them into a book or something like that, but read it. It's talesofadisneylandcm.com.
Okay. Awesome.
And start like from the beginning. Blog. I'm so excited.
Start from the beginning. I think she has like her first post is like "Welcome to the Tradition" or something like that. But read. It's not too many posts that you can't read them all in one sitting. But start from the beginning and work your way to her newest post because you are not going to regret it. Every single one is really good.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
I'm gonna check it out today. I'm going there.
Me too.
Okay, my pick is, and I don't think I've picked it. I hope not. Did I pick the Circle Sessions CD?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I think you've talked about it, or you've told me about it, but you never picked it.
Okay, yeah. I posted it on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. Yes. I posted it on Instagram. The Circle Sessions CD, you can only buy it in Disneyland, in California Adventure, actually, at Carthay Circle or at the Five and Dime across the street. So what it is inside Carthay Circle, the restaurant, they have a whole bunch of songs, a whole long playlist of Disney songs that they had kind of mastered into, not even recomposed really, into jazz type music. And each room in the Carthay Circle restaurant has a different instrument that is kind of playing those songs. So cool. So this CD has 12 songs from the soundtrack in there, kind of jazz versions of all of these different songs. I love it so much.
Cool.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
I don't even remember hearing music when I ate there.
Really?
I'm going to have to pay attention next time.
The first time I went with my sister in October. And we asked that. I was like, Sarah, listen, do you hear that? It's Disney songs jazzed. And so then we asked the waitress, where can we get the music? And she was like, it's not available. Well, just a couple days after we came home from that trip, they announced that they were starting to sell the CDs. So then I had to wait until I went back this last trip to get it. But
cool. Yeah. I think I have to have that. Okay, so I know since you've been talking about it, there's a really good post on the Disney Parks blog about that CD. And they have a little video about how they made it and the music and how they made the music and stuff. So I'll put that with your pick. I'll put that link.
Yes, that's great. So, but as far as I know, I searched on, they have some things that you can buy in the parks online in the Disney store, the Disney Parks store, but not this. So you have to go there to get it.
Yeah, you have to go.
Or you have to know somebody that's going there to get it for you.
Yeah, we're going to start taking orders.
Yeah.
Tanya, can you go get us?
Tanya's going to be buying them in bulk. Can I have 20 CDs?
Just give me a whole box of them, please.
Yeah. And it's more pricey for a CD. It's $20, but they can do that because that's the only place you can get it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I love CDs like that, music from the parks that you can bring home and have that music, and that's one of my favorite souvenirs. So.
Me too.
It's a memory. It stirs memories every time.
It does. Yeah.
Especially if it's a CD you can't just get on like Amazon
Yeah.
or something. It's
Yep.
like special park music.
Yep. So,
Cool.
okay, let's go around one more time and everyone tell us where we can find you and what new things you have coming up, Brittney. Britt.
Britt. I am at BritishDesigns.com, and that's where you can find my shop, my digital scrapbook supplies, and my blog and everything else is there at BritishDesigns.com. And I was going to just say for what we have coming up, I'm going to be starting up again on my blog a monthly challenge, and each month will be a different sort of type of challenge. Like we were doing the flashback challenges before, but I sort of got burnt out and bored of that, so I'm deciding to just do something different. So you can go to my blog, and on the sidebar there'll be a little link to our challenges, and you can enter a layout and win a $15 gift certificate to my shop.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah, and like not many people enter, so you have a good shot at winning if you enter. So anyway, that's
Very
all.
exciting.
There's always new stuff coming up, so.
For sure. It's exciting. Okay, Tanya.
You could find me at crossbonecuts.blogspot.com, and that's just my blog. I post Disney trip reports and scrapbooking stuff
Yay.
and all that. And then you can find my scrapbooking shop at scrapmatters.com.
Which people will want to check out.
Definitely.
Yes, please.
I love your Instagram kit that you have there. Love
Me
it.
too.
I think that's my favorite. of
Yeah,
yours.
like
That's
that
got to be one of your top sellers because it's so adorable. Is it?
Yeah, definitely. I hit that niche, like people love. I'll buy anything that's Instagram related myself.
Right.
I know. And then I feel like after you did yours, I've seen a couple others, but you were definitely the first and probably the cutest for sure. So
thanks.
Yeah.
And your guest on kit has got to be one of your other most popular ones.
Yes.
There's
So
not that,
cute.
I don't think anybody else really has one.
No.
Like when you posted your picture, Steph, on Capturing Magic of your daughter with Gaston, it's like,
I know.
she needs Tanya's kit.
I know I do. I on Pinterest, I pinned a whole bunch of digital scrapbook supplies on a board on the Capturing Magic pin boards. And then when I saw Tanya's kit, I was like, okay, this is one I have to go buy.
Yep.
That was
I have
probably
perfect pictures.
the first kit I ever made where it was completely inspired by a photo. I was like, I met him finally. He was able to meet him. I was like, I'm making something to scrap this with because he's a hard one to scrap.
Yeah, like what else do you use? When I meet him, I'm gonna have to use your kit because there's like, what else do you use to scrap Gaston?
You can't really use that many flowers and stuff.
No.
It's hard. He's a hard one to scrap.
Nope,
Yes.
You need antlers and a muscle arm and everything that's in Tanya's kit.
And LeFou's brew.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. Let's see. I'm Steph. You can find me at thedailydigi.com where we just released a new issue of the Digifiles. And yeah, it's super exciting where you can get over $50 worth of high quality digital scrapbook supplies for under $7.50 a month or less, depending on which plan you sign up for. And you can also find me at capturingmagic.me where on Thursday we released a printable of the words from the I'm a Princess commercial campaigns that Britt picked for her pick a few episodes ago.
It is so cute.
It is so cute.
Yeah, it was designed by Little Butterfly Wings, who sells her digital scrapbook supplies at the-lilypad.com. And she has tons of word art stuff like that. Her ability to mix type and images together to create something super meaningful is incredible.
That is a skill.
It is.
It is a skill. I cannot do it for the life of me.
I can't do it either. So
Yeah, she kind of has like that vintage poster look, and it's so awesome.
it's exactly what it is, kind of the vintage retro poster, type poster look.
Yeah, I was so happy when you said you were going to get her to do those printables for us because I knew they would be perfect, and they're even more perfect than I was picturing. So
Yeah,
I love them.
it's great. I printed them up and framed one for each of my daughter's rooms, and they're thrilled with them. So
Yeah, I feel like, and the colors are on them are so cute. I thought if I ever redo Scarlett's room, like if we ever move or something, I might do the whole room around that because it's so cute.
yeah, pink, purple, and mint green.
Yeah, and like that
cute.
deep purple or
Deep, yeah, it's almost like a navy purple.
yeah, navy purple. If that's a word, it's blurple.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So,
Plurple.
I think that's a nail polish term. I have too many nail polishes. I think blurple is a nail polish color that people say. So
That's really funny.
I didn't make that up. I'm just saying.
You've seen it somewhere. You know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you don't think I'm so too clever.
Don't give you credit.
No. Anyway.
All right. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time where we will be capturing magic.